welcome to the channel. And today I'm going to give you a little walk around of my next project, this MGA. It's a 1959 MGA 1500 Roadster. It's a late production 1500, so it has the later 1500 GC, I believe it is, engine. Although I have no idea if this is actually the original engine that's in it. And it's not the engine that's going to remain in it. Anyway, start a little walk around and we'll have a talk about it. It looks very rough, but it's actually relatively solid as far as these things go. There is the usual rust down on the rockers. Front fender's got a little bit of rust right at the bottom. The dog leg is rusted through. I do have a replacement outer sill, and I've also got a couple of these shut panels, which those are used, but they're in much better condition. Overall, if you're familiar with these, you can see that the flange that the wooden floor would originally sit on is all intact, and that's usually rusted away. The drive shaft tunnel is quite often rusted away along the bottom edge, and that's all perfectly intact. Overall, it looks relatively solid. Now, there is rust through in one spot, right there in the middle of the screen, but so far, as far as the frame and the interior, that's the only rust through that I can find. Now, the fenders are pretty dinged up, but other than the very bottoms, they're fairly solid, so I might be trying to hang on to those. Moving around to the trunk. The trunk, well, it looks somewhat rusty. Once again, it's very solid. There's no rust through anywhere that I can find in the trunk area. Now, backing away, obviously the bumper is pretty dinged up, but overall the back end looks relatively straight. The boot lid doesn't look too bad. There's a little bit of a bend along here where it got caught when the boot lid was being opened, so that'll need straightening. But overall, that's relatively straight. Rear fender on this side, again, a few dings to knock out, but fairly solid, with the exception of the dog leg. Again, the outer sill requires replacing, and actually not. The inside's not as bad on that one. I might be able to keep that shut panel. Dashboard not in the greatest shape, but that'll clean up, and I have a spare anyway. This fender, well, that got banged in, so again, the same thing. It looks relatively solid down below, but it's got a pretty good dent in it that'll require some care. But overall, it's a relatively solid car. The front end is not too bent up. There's a little bit of a dent just to the left of the grille here, but all in all, that front looks fairly straight. That grille is way out of place, and it's the wrong style of grille for it altogether. The recessed grille like that actually came on the later Mark II. I think only the one with the 1622 engine, and but that's not what this car is. I actually went out and bought a new grill, and I bought the same as that one, and it's not the right grill for this car, so I'm not sure what I'll do there. But all in all, looks pretty good. The hood, again, doesn't look too bad. It doesn't look terribly deformed or anything. On these things, the hood, the boot, or the bonnet, I guess you'd call the hood now. The bonnet and the boot and both the doors are aluminum. This one was missing the driver's side door, but I do have a spare to throw on there, and that's actually in very good shape. I actually have 3 of these cars. I have 2 MGA 1500s, and then the third one that I have is a twin cam, which is much more sought after. However, I don't have the correct engine for it. So I'm a little bit torn as to which one to start restoring. This one is in better shape, and I have a feeling until I actually know that I'm going to be able to track down a twin cam engine, and even be able to afford a twin cam engine, I'll probably start working on this one first. The engine that's in this one, I have no idea if it is original. I haven't really checked I know it's a 1500, but I haven't checked the casting numbers or anything to see what it would have originally come out of. I know that the cylinder head that's on it would have come out of the later 1622. It's got slightly bigger valves and actually a better cylinder head, and I think I'll probably be using that head, but on a different engine. Thanks for watching, and as you can see behind me, I now have it mounted on the rotisserie, but that'll all be in the next segment. So if you enjoyed the video, please hit the like button, and if you want to follow along and catch the next segments, then subscribe, and we'll see you on the next one. Thanks for watching. Take care.